Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to the Patriotic IAS and let's start our 2 days discussion for the Hindu newspaper. We will start with the area that we are going to take under our session. So we will start with this topic that we are going to cover. We will start with the India's success in the sport, as our Prime Minister has given a speech, has mentioned different area that we have achieved. So we will try to know and we will try to bring some point so that we can write whenever the question comes in the sports administration in GS paper 2. Then we will further study there has been the new achievement that we have precisely able to locate by the help of the beams and reflection by that. And it also shows on the Chandrayaan 3 and it also shows the collaboration between the NASA and India. So we will study in a brief manner. Further, we will study Andhra Pradesh has started second caste census. So we will study about what will be the use. Just 2-3 points are there. There is the Northeast Council is going in the Northeast under the leadership of our Home Minister, Mr. Amit Sahaji. And further we will study Jaishankar batch for the two-state solution in the NAM. NAM is going, the summit for the NAM is going in the Uganda. So we will study that GS paper 2, international relation. This Northeast Council is also important for the inter-state coordination. So it is also under the GS paper 2. Then we will study, there has been the, India is one of the largest market of WhatsApp. So this report has come and what are the repercussions, we will study that GS paper 2, cyber security. Senior advocates have been appointed by the Supreme Court. So we will know that what is the role of who are the senior advocates, and there has been also the appointment of one of the Supreme Court judge. So we will just know that what is how this appointment procedure is followed. After that, we will study the India-France relations as the France leader, head of the state, is about to come to India. So we will see that what is the how the development is going on between India and France. Further, we will study this Great Indian Bustard. Supreme Court has observed that the state should plant something so that we can save. There are very less number of the Great Indian Bustard. They are critically endangered. So GS paper 3, we will study under GS paper 3. Region specific plan to improve climate resilience. So recent survey has a study has been brought with respect to the rainfall and other things. So further, what we should further approach in the future goal. So that will we will study that under this topic. This has covered under the editorial. Editorial has also covered the problem with the India's science and management. So we will see that yes, we are developing in the science and technology, but still there is the gap that should be the expectation. If we will compare with the other states, so there has been the lacuna, some of the gap where we should be and where we are now. So we will study why this is going on. So it will be under GS paper 3, science and technologies. Some of the regional news that has been covered under the case history, like the babies branded with the hot bangle and the tribal where this is prevalence, we will study that. There has been the culture of the Veli, ostracization of the people, and that impact the rights. So we will study this is around the Kolleru lake area of the Andhra Pradesh. We will also study locate the Kolleru lake. This is important because this is also a important place for the migratory birds, as well as this is a place for the international wetland under the Ramsar Convention. In the last, we will study this migrant workers. This is the case in the Kerala case study where the migrant workers, what type of issues they are facing. And there is the picture of Epiphany ceremony. Just we will see the that picture. After that, we will study this NATO drill that is going on, and we will see that how it is going to impact the global world order. In the last, we will complete with this Indian spend the most time in the WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook. This is the study report, and we will try to know what is implication of this. So this will be under the GS paper 2, GS paper 2. Okay. So let's start with the first page. The first page start with this rejection of this pleas from the convicts, those convicts of the Bilkis Bano case. So there is no relevant. Already we have studied sufficiently that what is meant by this remission process, how this has been misused. All we have studied. We will see this reform led by the Indian success in sport. So this has been a statement made by our Prime Minister. So he has mentioned few of the information that we should know. Previous Olympic was in the Tokyo. So please remember that if the question comes, state pieces always ask such questions. Then as per the Prime Minister, government reform at athletes performed and the entire sports system transformed India. Transformed India. So this is very good quotation you can quote wherever the question comes that talk about the how we have what achievement we have particularly in the area of the sport. So we can quote that the government has reformed and athletes has performed and the entire sports system has transformed. Our performance has gradually improved in the different areas like the Olympic, Asian Games and Paralympics. In all the area we have achieved a new height in the recent years. Government scheme that is impactful in this area is the Khelo India and the Target Olympic Podium scheme. This is the scheme that is government government is providing so that they can provide the infrastructure and the financial assistance to the sports person. We are targeting that to 2028 Summer Olympic that is about to occur into the Los Angeles. So those who are preparing for the state pieces, you should remember that the next Olympic that will be held in the Los Angeles in the US. India has also aspiration to host the Olympic Youth Olympic that India is trying to host it. That is about to held in 2029, and we also making bid to host this Olympic Games of 2036. Okay, so we want this to be occurred in India, so it will be a major achievement because till now we don't have held any of the Olympic ceremony. One thing more, if you have to go economic impact, you have to mention this. This has been the economic impact. Sport-related industry will be worth at 1 lakh crore in the few years. So it will provide the employment as well as it will provide that a new avenue for the student, aspiring young youth and also sports students as well. In the last, it has mentioned that the major players from the Tamil Nadu. So just most of them are the very famous. You must be knowing. I hope this is clear. Next news that we are going to take is the Chandrayaan, the new information that is coming from that we have receiving the particularly this NASA lunar reconnaissance orbit. They has send the reflection and get back it to the in a very precise manner. So it is the retro reflector that has been used on, and it was on the Vikram lander. So in the Chandrayaan third mission, Vikram lander was there, and Pragyan rover. Lander is that is static, where it land, and after that rover comes out of the lander and it's rove around the surface of the moon. So both are important because we have installed instrument here as well, cameras and other like the retro reflector was on the this lander. So they give information with respect to the different area like the soil compositions, the atmospheric compositions and other thing, all the things that we are getting. So, so it has particularly we have achieved in the precise location of the target on the moon surface. This is our achievement. One thing you should remember that this Manginus crater, it is on the south pole of the moon. So UPSC can ask that this is associated with what? So it is associated with a place that is on located on the south pole of the moon. Here it is also showing the NASA's and India's collaboration. Okay, so our international collaboration, how we are further improving our technology and we are trying to get a new area of exploration by this collaboration. Okay, is unique for India is this is the miniature version. It is only available near the South Pole currently. There is no other explore any device or any such experimental instrument that is exploring the south pole. We are exploring the south pole. That is unique. Otherwise, there are the other already we have other exploration on the moon. The next important news is with respect to this Northeast Council. So this comes under the interstate councils, and this is statutory body. This was constituted under Northeastern Council Act of 1971, and it's constitute all the seven sisters of the Northeast, and one plus that is the Sikkim is included beside the seven sisters. So what comes under the seven sisters? The Assam, okay, Meghalaya, Tripura, Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, and Mizoram. These are the seven sisters. And one additional associated part is the Sikkim. Beside that, you should not confuse that the West Bengal is not part of this. Okay, so you should be clear. And here it has been providing a lot of area where we can provide if the question is being asked on the what achievement we have in the area of the reducing the northeastern insurgency. There were a lot of casualty. So we have reduced this casualty. So violent incident has reduced from 11,000 in 2012-13 to 3,114. 73% reduction has been found. Okay. So this is the achievement. Beside that, the death of security forces had dropped by the 71%. So it was 458 and now it has reduced to the 132. So this is the difference that we have achieved from the in the previous 10 years. You should also know that the ASPA, this Armed Force Special Power Act, that provide the special power to security force with respect to the the arrest and inquiry, registration of the FIR or the cases against the armed personnel or the security personnel. This is a bit different, and here the security personnel is provided with the additional power so that they can tackle the difficult situation where the insurgency is on a very high level. So that's why, and you should remember that now the ASPA is only in the four of the northeastern state. Four northeastern state are the Assam, few districts of the Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh. There is the only four state where this ASPA is imposed, and even in the few of this, like the Assam, it is only in the four district. Okay, and also it is three district, I think, into the Arunachal Pradesh. So it has been localized. So the areas under Assam and Manipur has decreased 75%. Okay, so this is again the in the Manipur they have now extended because of this recent class that is going on, but still there has been the reduction. So whenever the question comes on the internal security and what achievement we have in the northeastern insurgency, you can bring all these facts. This is very much important. What the government is doing, like we are We have constructed the road, power plant, and also many institutions, national excellence. There's many college, many of the aims we have established there. This is our achievement in that particular area. Second news, this is with respect to the Andhra Pradesh. And Andhra Pradesh has started the caste census. So what is justification for this? This justified that the this caste census will help many of the community, those who are backward, but still they are not able to get this welfare scheme of the government. So better targeting can be achieved with the community, which those who will be identified with the backward and other such vulnerable community. Okay, so this is important. Whenever the you are being asked about the caste census, what is the use? So you can bring this point that targeting will be more effective. Next important news, just you should know this Chadar trek. It is in the Ladakh, and here the ice hockey is played. So whenever it comes in the locate into the map, you should be just careful about this where it's belong. Next important news that we will take with respect to the our this visit of our external affairs minister Jaishankar to the Uganda, the city, the Uganda capital Kampala. So here NAM summit is being held, and you should know the NAM was started. It was the India was the founding member. 5 countries were leaded to start this NAM, and NAM was to just to create a neutral ground. So there, when NAM was started, at that particular time, world was divided into the two blocks. One was led by the Russia, that was the USSR, and second was the Western Bloc under the US leadership. So we don't want, and they were so much opposition to each other. They were so much means even there was this lot of small war, a proxy war was there. So to reduce this, to reduce the dependency of newly independent countries from the India and Africa and also from the many of the Asian countries, to save their independence, we started this NAM so that we could neither take the side of the USSR bloc, neither the Western bloc. We will create a neutral. And third, we wanted to establish a good relationship with the USSR bloc as well as the US bloc. That's why the this NAM was started, and it was started with the Bandung conference. So you should remember that it was started with the Bandung conference, and it was culminated in the full fledged with the Belgrade conference. Belgrade. Okay. So two things you should is remember: Bandung, Bandung conference 1955 and Belgrade conference 1961. Okay, so this was the main, and the main leaders, those who are associated with, you should start first with the India. India was on the lead. Second, Indonesia. Then third, Yugoslavia. Joseph Tito was the leader. Fourth, it was the Egypt. And the fifth one was who? I forget. No, I don't forget. It was Ghana, African country. Two African. This is East Asia, East European, and this is uh, Asian countries. So this was the main lead who took the initiation for the NAM. That's why we always give the very important place for the NAM, and even UPSC has asked many times the relevance, because as the with the disintegration of USSR, there is no two blocks, so why we are third making the neutral ground. So but you have to give points that yes, still some grouping is needed where we need to represent the developing country. So NAM is very effective. Beside that, you can also can bring that the yes, Cold War has diminished with the disintegration of USSR, but still the new Cold War is there, and the China and Russia making the new bloc. So you should be bringing all this thing, but India has not give. Recently, we have seen that the less active participation, because many a times we have seen that this NAM has not become the representation of the third world country. But now, recently, we have seen that the NAM has been used and it has been captured by the some of the extremist view opinion, and it is become a platform to criticize US and US bloc. So many a times it is now it is being seen as the anti-US bloc, and that's why India is not that much actively participating. So you should understand this, that yes, and that's why we are not sending the previously always the Indian Prime Minister would represent, but we are now sending the our external affair minister. So this is showing, and here again the statement by our external minister is not that much extreme. It is there was so much criticism from the Cuba side, but our external affairs minister just mentioned that yes, we are providing. There should be the two-state solution. So you should always know that the India's stand is for the two-state solution for the Palestine. This is our ground. So you can write in your answer that yes, what India is wanting. India want two-state solution. So there should be the state of the Palestine as well as the Israel. Here you see that this comment, this is very moderate comment, that we are providing the assistance, just we have provided that, and we have also mentioned that India do not accept the terrorism and the hostages. Okay, so we have made clear that yes, we will be always against the terrorism in the any form. Here we have mentioned what we have provided, like the we have provided a lot of medicine, 16 tons of medicine and something 17 tons of humanitarian assistance. So you should bring this all the things. Okay. Next important news that we are going to take, it is here. It is associated with the yes. There has been the so much any compromise with the this WhatsApp users. So you should know this as per this report that we have find that the how many users you expect that India have for the WhatsApp. 400 million. Do you understand this? 400 million means 40 crore of the Indians are using this WhatsApp in a very active manner, and there has been so many security threat, and in the case of that uh, they have been compromised in the area of the bank details. There has been the fraud cases where the money has been withdrawn by the some of the unidentified people. They fool. They start with the giving you small money, and they will ask to join. And after that, when you will invest lot of more higher amount of money, they will take away and they will deactivate all the account. So this has been done. Password has been hacked, even the access to their banking services. And in the India, what is the body that is seeing it? It is the Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, I4C. So you should remember, and it has found that this amount of the fraud in 1 year. Okay. And also you should remember that if you are getting the call of WhatsApp message, and this messages start with this number +245 +84 +63, you should avoid, because they are mostly, and the fraud calls, they want to dupe you, they want to enter into your mobile and steal the data. So you should remember, you can also get such type of the calls and WhatsApp messages. And these are the coming from the country like the Vietnam, Kenya, Ethiopia, and Malaysia. Okay. The origin of these calls is from this area. So this you can use whenever you are going to write the GS paper 3. This Ram temple that is being inaugurated, one thing information you should know, this statue is made of the black stone, and it is being made by the Mysore based Arun Yogi Raj. So you should know when the question comes that if what are the metals that has been used, because this is in the so much in the public domain. So UPSC can ask the question. So it is the Black Stone and Arun Yogi Raj. Okay. This statue is also in the news. This is the social justice statue of social justice in the Vijayawada. So you should remember this is in the Vijayawada. This is the 120 feet tall, but still it is very, the height is less as compared to the statue of unity. That is, I think, 500 something feet. So much bigger than this. Other important news that we are going to take is with respect to this news that Supreme Court has designated senior advocates. So who are the senior advocates? Senior advocates, they are the especially designated with the Supreme Court and the judges of the Supreme Court. Okay, and they are they get the special preference. And what type of preference? They get the pre-audience over the other lawyers. Means if they are going to file, they are not directly allowed to file the cases. They need advocate on records, one helper. You can think there is the lot of categories. So these senior advocates are on the top. Advocates on record, and so there is hierarchy. You should remember this. So let's bring this. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so hierarchy. You will be able to understand that there is the layers. The at the bottom, they are the advocates. Then advocates on record. And in the top, senior advocates. Okay, so after becoming advocates, you to become advocate on record, you need to qualify examination. So there is the look who are appointed as the advocates of the record. They are the actually they can file cases before the Supreme Court. This is the power that is given. Only they can. Only, okay, no other person. Why? Because Supreme Court is the last resort to the any case. They cannot take any cases. They have to be properly framed, and after that it should go to the judges. So before that it should be the experience and well experienced and well trained person who should go with the this filing thing. Okay, and they can engage. Particularly, they are there is also eligibility that they should be the Delhi based. It means that they should be the in the range of the 18 kilometers from the Supreme Court of India, that building. I think there should be that point. Okay, and beside that, this is particularly the idea behind is that the it should be the equipped to the appeal for the litigant, because this court is the last opportunity for the litigation. So that's why we cannot waste the time or waste the time of the court as well. This is very important. Only this advocate on records can file cases before the Supreme Court, and these uh, senior advocates should always come with the advocate on record. They cannot file by themselves. They need some assistant, and those assistant will be the advocate on record. What is the this? What is the special provision? Like there has been the appointment of the judge as well. So what is the this procedure for appointment? Appointment is done by the finally it is done by the president, but the recommendation comes from the Supreme Court Collegium. And Supreme Court Collegium include Chief Justice and four senior most judges. They consult with each other, and even they do not forward recommendation if any of the two judge is opposition to the any name. So they forward to the president, and president appoint the judges of the Supreme Court. Same is the case with the High Court. In the case of the High Court, this collegium will include the Chief Justice and two senior most judge. This senior most judges reduced for the Supreme Court. Instead of 4, it is the 2. So you should understand this is the 2. And beside that, there will be the consultation of the state governor as well, from those state where we are going to appoint the judges of the Chief Justice. So this is the method. In one, 4 senior most judges with the Chief Justice. In the High Court case, it is the Chief Justice plus the 2 senior most judges. Now this is the, and this is the binding. Once even president can send for the reconsideration, but if the second time the same name is being sent, so it is binding on the president to appoint. Next important news we will take is associated with what? This is not relevant. We will take relevant news. Yeah, India-France relation. So India-France relation, this is now in the limelight because France president is on our, he will be the chief guest for the Republic Day. And here we will try to know that what are the special relation with the France and India. So France has a very special relation with India. You should know that when India tested its nuclear weapon, all the European countries they criticized, they break relationship with the India, but it was the France who was the first country from the Europe that it started and supported India. This is the that close friendship is between the India and the France, and now we have achieved the 25 years of the strategic partnership as well. Okay. And France, one more thing is this, France has become the largest number of chief guest invitee to the this our Republic Day. Okay. Other thing you should know that we have France is developing this Jaitapur nuclear plant, and it is of the near about 10,000 megawatt. But still this has not operationalized because of the uh, some of the hurdle, like the one hurdle is the civil nuclear liability. There has been the 2 point of view disagreement. France says that yes, after the selling the technology, it is your responsibility that if there is any of the accident take place, so you will be responsible to the pay to the people. And if they, you have to pay compensation or any of the compensation is being paid, we are not responsible. But India is telling that this is your technology and you are developing everything, so you should pay. So there is the tussle. Both parties not able to agree because the amount of compensation is very high. So that's why this is not able to reach that much level at the layer. You should also remember that this our Prime Minister Modi ji was the chief guest of the France Bastille Day parade. And one more thing, India UPI digital payment to be accepted in the France. So this is the new development. You should always remember whenever you are going to write any of your answers with respect to the India-France relation. So this will be sufficient. If you have that much information, you can write a very good answer for the 150 words as well as 250 words. Next important news is with respect to the Great Indian Bustard. Supreme Court has asked states such as the Rajasthan government, Gujarat government, and UP government as well as union government to please take care of this Great Indian Bustard because they are critically endangered, and their number has recently, it is found that near about 150 in the 2018. So this is the number 150. Could you understand? Even less than the people reside in a colony. Even in a colony, number of the people who reside, but the whole on the earth there is the just 150 Bustard, and they are very unique, and they are this indigenous to India, endemic to India. Okay, so they are found in the western UP, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. These are the area, and their habitat is overlap with the there are the black bucks. Okay, and they are mainly found in the grassland and scrub. Okay. So what is the reason for their decrease? First, the destruction of their habitat, and also due to the high transmission line powers. So they are colliding with these high transmission lines, these power lines, and due to that most of the death is occurring. They are critically endangered. You should remember this point. They are critically endangered. So UPSC can ask the question about their status with respect to the IUCN status. One thing you should know about the basic science: these painkillers consist of the opioids and non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAID. Okay, so just this information is relevant from this article. Next important news that we will take, this is from the editorial page. The first is a repetition of the finding that we have find from the Indian Meteorological Department, IMD. IMD has completed 150 years, so it was constituted during the British period, and that's why you should remember that yes, 150. So you can imagine what was the year of constitution. If you will reduce 50, it will be near about 74. So 1874, near about 1873-74, they were constituted. I think that date has been mentioned in somewhere. It has mentioned the name as well, the date as well. Okay, we will find. So it start with the finding that yes, we have find that the monsoon rainfall has increased in most of the district, 55%, and only it has been deficit in the few, only 11% of them saw the decrease in the rainfall. But the decrease in the major area where the crop, that is a major cropping area, like the Gangetic Plain, Indo-Gangetic Plain, where the most of the Indian half of the production takes place, and beside that we have find the this decrease in the northeastern India and also Indian Himalayan region. So you should be careful about where we have a decrease deficiency in the rainfall. And also you should remember that yes, this decreased deficiency is in the monsoon and kharif season when the cropping pattern or sowing of the kharif crops start. So that's why its impact is large, despite it is just 11%. But area 11%, but its collapse overlap with the time when the kharif crop is sown, and that's why this is impacting the production. Already we have studied this that the southwest monsoon account for the 76% and 11% northeast monsoon. Means there is the first the monsoon start, after that the retreats of the monsoon take place, and in the coming till the January, complete retreat of the monsoon take place. So this is the thing that you should remember. This editorial is talking that yes, till now we are doing this at the national level, but we should go with the regional level, district level, to make it more precise, more effective, to tailored as per the need of that particular region. The forecasting should be on the prioritize on the regional and sub district forecast. Okay, so then we can improve the efficiency, because this is the continuous from the colonial time. Particularly they wanted to know exact the condition of the monsoon and how the revenue collection will be impacted, because their revenue collection was totally based. Colonial power had the they were mostly collecting the revenue from the former sections. That is the suggestion. Next important news we are going to cover is this article. This is important with respect to science and technology. Generally we think that yes, we have achieved in science and technology, but still we are lacking behind the many of the nation. For example, look at the expenditure from the Indian side. It is just 0.7% of the GDP, but in the US it is 3.5%. Are you getting the? This is five times, and even in the China it is 2.4 times. 2.4% means it is three times, more than three times. So India, the expenditure is very low. Beside that, uh, for the any of the economic productivity, new technology important. Means you, if you want to sustain a high level of the production, you have to continuously reform, upgrade, and improve your technology. And science and technology play very important role. This is talking about this paragraph is talking about the role of the science and technology, upgradation of the technology. Further, it is here talking, this paragraph is talking that how it is impacting the different area at the national level. For example, this ISRO is still at the 8th place on the launch numbers. Even the private, many of the private company, they have achieved the technology achievement in the reusable rockets, but India is still experimenting. Beside that, thorium technology, like the use of thorium fuel in the nuclear technology, like till now, we are only producing the nuclear energy with the help of the fuel that is used in the uranium, and uranium is not available in the India. We mostly import from the countries such as the Australia, this Mongolia, Russia, and many of the African countries that export us, but we don't have. But we have a huge quantity of this thorium. If you will go now on any of the beach, sea beach in India, stone, mostly on the stone coast, you will be walking on the thorium. That is the quantity. So lot of quantity, but the we are experimenting in this area, but achievement, the breakthrough is still we have not achieved. So you should remember that. Beside that, our achievement in the genomics, robotics, and artificial intelligence, what we are copying from the other countries in this area. So this is the need. The world is going to be ruled by these technologies, and if we do not get the achievement and new breakthrough, it will be very difficult for us to lead as we want to lead the world. We want to become the Vishwaguru. How we will become Vishwaguru without getting the new technology? So you should remember this. What are the area that is creating the hurdle? The main thing in India that we find that the government bureaucracy and the approval for this time dependent funding means those resources that take long time, we do not fund in a prior basis. We take lot of time. Bureaucratic hurdle is there. Government pass the budget, the money do not reach to the organization and the scientists who are working, and it reach in a very snail speed and very slow speed. This make very difficult to for this scientists to do the research and this research organization to involve in a very smooth manner. Okay, so this is talking about this thing, funding issue that is taking place. This is the also at the individual organizational level. What is happening? There is the overlap of the scientist and administrator, and many of the top administrators who are top scientists who are administrators of the scientific bodies is also involved in such of the issue where their productivity is very reduced. Such as the, for example, you can write this are the issue like they pretend to be international level academics. They are delighted in the micromanaging their institution account. Means they are going to do micromanaging. Are you getting that? Means even the small thing they are going to look after, and they are not caring about the experiment and higher stage of the achievement. What they are doing, for example, they are caring about the what are the monies that is spent on the this stationaries and other day-to-day expenditure. So if you all start spending the time on this thing now, and you will not able to give sufficient time for your experiment and your monitoring of the experiment that is going on. Beside that, there is also many of these scientists and those who are at the higher level, they are fighting the court cases with the claiming each other the scientific achievements, such thing. They are involved in that, and yes, it is India. It is common that the most of they want to achieve the post of like the directors, vice chancellors. Means they want to come close to the government postage, high government post, more remuneration, more salaries, a luxurious life. This has been become the their main aim. Many of them are the sitting in the committees, and they are taking the like the recently we saw na, like the appraisal committee for the genetic crops. So they have found there are a lot of committees. Government has made lot of committees to look after different areas. So instead of doing experiment, they are sitting in the committees. So this is the area that you can write in your answer. Beside that, there are other issue like the whenever the this writer is talking about the they, whenever in India those scientists, higher scientists, experienced scientists, they are also administering. So this is very specific thing. You cannot do both thing at the same time because this need a complex administration, need a complex, and it's need a means very dedication, dedicated time slot. So if you will double the work as a director as well as the scientist, it will be not productive. Here it is talking about how can a good scientist who is generally driven by the individual attribution, because whenever you do the scientific form, you make your own effort. So, for example, if I will be like the teacher as well as administration of something, some organization, it will be very difficult for me to do the both the things because I will not able to focus on my academic area. I have to, if I have to bring something, explain here, I need to know about deeply about these things. Only that can. So here, if you are doing the scientific work, so it will be that the individual capacity, and as the administration, you must have to involve at the organizational level. Okay. Beside that, when you are administrator as well as scientists in the same organization, there is the conflict of interest. Means you, how will you evaluate yourself? Means you are evaluating your scientific work as well. So you cannot do. Beside that, if the others scientist is growing, you will always start red tapeism in his work. You will not promote, fund, or you will not approve this thing. So unnecessary stricture will come. Okay. And if you are start doing that, there will be the high plagiarism rate will be there. Paid publication will be there because you will be the you will if you are not working in the your proper scientific area, what will you start? You will start paying the fake publication and by the disreputed journals, and beside that, under the table dealing to garner the more government fund will be there. You will not care about the output product, but you will be more focused on the funding area because this will based on your overall income. Beside that, we see that the competition and egoism will be there. And we are also not seeing that there is the transfer at all India level for these scientists. They go into the one institution, they keep there, they remain there for the lifetime. They become like the, what we can say, like the feud of that organization. Nothing can happen without their permission. So this is institutional capture and factionalism starts. There will be so many vessels and their young scientists will be impacted. So here it is talking about the what will happen to the young scientists, those who are going to come in this institution. So they will be like they will start, young scientists, whoever will come, they will start paying the Najrana and their bas. Means if they will not do this thing to their senior scientists, they will get nothing, even despite their talent, their merit, because all the appointments, award, anything, that will be forwarded by your their seniors, and if they are not doing this Najrana and Darbar thing, they will get nothing. So this meritorious and those who are hard working scientists get impacted. What are the solution? This line is talking about the solution. Separation of administrator and the scientist is very important. So one should properly focus on the scientific research, and one should administer that how much money is being spent, what is the other needed, how we need to collaborate, how we need to publish. All these things should be with the administrator, and scientists should focus on the scientific research only. It is also talking about the selection of the scientists. Some of the scientists who are going to be administrators, they should be selected at a very early stage and set them into the administration so that they could focus totally on the administrative works, and they could be groomed well as well. Here it is talking about the groomed as well. Okay. And they could be selected and trained in the all India pool and sciences central services, administration central services. Okay, so this should be the way, that should be the selection process. Okay, administration is something which has to be taught and practiced separately. So this is talking about the, yes, you should select and you should groom those who you want to send into the administration. This is all about. So you can, if the question comes in the how the Indian science is getting impacted, particularly in the area of the overlapping of the administration and the scientific research, both are overlapping, both area. So you can bring all these things. You can start with this, that what is the funding status, this what is the issue at the national level, then what are the issues that personal level impacting. Then you should bring the young, how the young scientist is getting impacted. In last, you can bring with the solution. This is the model answer. You can write a very good answer, even a good essay. Next important, this is not relevant because this is talking about this New York and this open AI, that is the copyright is going on. Yesterday we talked. This is the political news that is not relevant. Next news is this with respect to the this brand, the babies branded with the hot bangles. Means this is very cruel thing, and this is also existing in the tribal area. So recently we have found that the death of the many babies, that was 1 month old, 2 month old, 4 month old. There is a practice that whenever there is those babies fall ill, they brand with the, means they just get into hot bangles and they try to brand in the forehead or the abdomen or the this hand or the legs. This is doing, and this is considered that this is very important to do to cure the disease, and they also think that this will boost the immunity. So this bangle in abdomen, uh, so this is the broken bangle. Many years time this is the sickles as well. It is known as dagana. Okay, so this is particularly associated with this tribe like the Baga, Kol and Gond. So you should remember that these are the tribal tribes, and they be associated with the Madhya Pradesh. Okay, these are the Bagas. They are associated with the traditional priest in the tribes. There is also hierarchy. There are the priest, ruler. Who are the rulers? Gonds are considered as the rulers. Okay, and this branding, this dagana is considered as the shock treatment. Okay, child are branded as per the rituals 11 times, 25, 51 times. Can you understand? Even if you born sir just one times, what is the pain? These children, they are just 1 month old, 2 month old. They are branded for the 11 times, 21 times, 51 times. Okay, so this is, and many believe that it is necessary to brand once in a week, once in a month. So this is causing a lot of casualty. So what are the solutions for this? The first thing is that awareness with respect to the what are the punishment that will be given. Beside that, the ASA workers and this Anganwadi workers, they should go to the people door to door, and they will make that this is not effective, this is just superstition, and you should aware of the what are the cases you can impose. So if they are making awareness, so this could impact. Beside that, what is the cause? Beside that, the cause of that they are not going to the hospitals. That is the poor connectivity. As we know, most of the still the village are still not connected with the good roads, and lack of health infrastructure. If they are going to, there is not there are lot of crowding, lot of congestion. They are not getting the their 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 tones in a speedy manner. Lot of they have to spend all the day, so they you go for the local solution. So these are the things that is, and other important thing that we can provide for the solution is the counseling of the families. Okay, is it visible? Counseling of the families, and also government scheme should be they should be make aware that there are the government provision you will be provided, but if you will practice such thing, these government benefits will be stopped. So it will create a fear factor, a fear. So these are the solution. Next news that has been covered, again the case study. This is with respect to these ASA workers and these Anganwadi workers is on the protest in the Maharashtra. So you should know their salary is very low. They are asking for their increment in the hike and allowance. So this is going on. That is all about. Other important news is again with respect to the society GS paper 1. This is the Veli system in the area of the Andhra Pradesh, particularly in the area of the Kolleru lake. So first of all, you should know Kolleru. It is the Kolleru lake. It is the largest fresh lake, shallow freshwater lake in Asia. Let's see that where this lake is, so you can get more clarity. Where is this Kolleru lake? Is it visible? This is in the Andhra Pradesh. This is in the Andhra Pradesh, and this is Kolleru Lake. This is the largest shallow freshwater lake in the Asia, and it is between the two rivers. This is the Krishna River. Is it visible? And this is the Godavari River. It is between the Krishna and Godavari. And here the migratory boats comes from the Europe and Russia. So, and you should also know that this is declared as the international wetland of the importance under the Ramsar Convention. So, Ramsar Convention provide the protection of these water bodies so that we can protect them, we can conserve them. And the words commonly find Siberian crane, iblis, all this painted stork. So these are the thing. Yes, it is under the international wetland international under the Ramsar Convention. This is here. So what is the practice? Veli means ostracization. Means if I will be Veli, means ostracized from the community, no one will talk to me in the whole of the village. No one will serve me any services. Like if I will go to the barber, barber will not ready to cut my hair. Or the if I will go for the some of the at the sweet shop, and I will ask, they will not sell to me. So I will be totally boycotted from all the services. So this force people either to leave the village, or this is or the you can compromise. And it is found that in this area this is done as the vendetta as well. So this is not good. This is not legal as well. You should remember that this compromise the right to equality as well as right to life and liberty. All this is compromised. So this is talking about all this thing. Okay, and yes. Kullu Panchayat, caste Panchayat. So you can write this under the uh, caste Panchayats, as well as the here it is known that the Gram Pedalu, Pedalu. This is the name. Just you should know all this thing. Otherwise, this is the case study that how this is given the story that how one panchayat Gram Pradhan was taking the vendetta against the others. When he comes in the power, he Veli others. This is all about. Next important news is with respect to the impact and issue that is being faced by the migrant workers. So again, this will be done under the GS paper 2 vulnerable section, and this is the case study from the Kerala. So these migrant workers, they face lot of issues such as the first thing is that they are the discriminated because they are the outsider, they are considered. Besides that, their children face the issue with the a high risk because the workers, those who are going to migrant worker, they walk into the field work, site works, so they have to leave their children at the place where they resides, and they are not safe, and they lives in the clusters and cluster of openly, and there is no one to safeguard. That's why children are getting impacted. There are the many cases of the rape and murder. Beside that, we also see that the in the education the language issue is faced. If they are migrating from the Bihar or UP to the Kerala, so Malayalam, the language is very drastic changes there in the language, so this will be very difficult. So what is the solution for this? First thing is that they should be provided with the instruction in the mother language. Okay. And they should be also provided with the CRESE facility. And CRESE facility from where? Corporate Social Responsibility funds. Because government is not going to spend that much amount, but yes, CSR fund can be a great help. Health and safety of these children is also on the thread because they do not get proper nutrients and the food on the time. So what is the issue? Again, the registration of the community, so that the school administration can trace if they are not coming to the school, and also they can provide the proper language. They can provide the mother and the local language of the student, mother tongue, education in the mother tongue, and also there is need to be awareness campaign for the safety issue of these migrant children, that how they need to be safeguard themselves, what are the provision, what are the thing they need to follow. Next important news that we are going to cover is from the world news, and yes, you should always know that there is always this migrant issue is at the local level as well as the global level. For India, this is the people from the poor state that are being get the threatened. But at the global level, whole the country, nation are taken in a very negative view. Prejudice and stereotyping is there. For example, from the people from the South Asia, they are not taken in the good light, good view in the African countries. So they are always told to deport this African and the Asian from the Europe. They consider themselves as the very much developed. Same is the case with the local level. In India, if you will go in the some developed state, they consider the people from the low income state as the in a very negative light. So you should know, in Germany it is going on. There is this picture is one of the ritual that is in the Christianity. So it is known as Epiphany, where they go in they are Orthodox Christianity. They celebrate on the when the Christ take birth, and they take some the dip in the water to as per the ritual. Next important news that we are going to cover, we have covered most of the area. Any other? Yes, we already know that this NATO drill is going to take place, military exercise, and this is the largest amount of the military person that will be involved, 70,000, and it will make a security for the European nations that yes, US is going to provide any of the, if in the case of the any attack from the Russia or the any such countries, uh, safety. So there was a suspicion in the European countries that what will be the role of US. US was till now playing at the security provider role for the European countries, but there was the some of the there was the backstepping by this, but now this exercise is for this to ensure that, and you should also know that this NATO include 31 nation organization. Okay, what is the name of this exercise? Is Steadfast Defender. So you should know the name. Steadfast Defender. Already we have seen that. So we have covered, I think, most of the area. There is no major area that we have left. Yes, one area that we can cover this. This is again with the cyber security GS paper 2 internal security. It has found that the most of the Indian, they are spending their time in the uh, most of the time they are spending in the YouTube and the social media such as the WhatsApp. So this is and they are also ignoring the safety measures. But one thing is good is still they are going through the lot of apps like the Amazon and other shopping apps, but they are not spending as compared to the other nation. They are spending time, a lot of time, but the expenditure is less. So as we know, the country where the lot of employment is there, money is not there. What they can, they have the lot of time. They so will spend the time. They will not spend the money because money is not there. So this news is mentioning that. Beside that, the rise in the downloads has also increased. Average time that we are spending is the 4.77 hours, means 5 hours. Just 2 hours you will increase, it will be a good time for the sleep, 7 hours. And where we are spending WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Much more than the US, UK, China, Japan. All countries. So if you can, if someone is asked that where India is leading, even from the US, China. So this is in the use of the WhatsApp and the time we are spending more than US, China, Japan. Okay. This is all about, so we have complete all of our relevant news for the today's newspaper. We will wind up our session here and thank you for joining the session. Once again, we will meet tomorrow for our session. All the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.